When Dr. Alara Mendez first set foot on Mars, she thought she had entered a graveyard. The planet stretched endlessly in copper deserts, blood-red canyons, and mountains dusted in ochre storms. But beneath that harsh skin lay life, vast caverns carved by rivers long vanished, chambers lit with crystalline veins that pulsed like a heartbeat. It was here the Aristhae lived. The Aristhae were not beings of flesh as she understood it. They shimmered like obsidian glass sculpted into humanoid forms, veins of blue fire weaving beneath the translucent skin. Their voices weren't spoken but resonated in harmonics that vibrated within her bones. When they moved, it was as if gravity bent politely around them. For 11 years, Alara walked among them. She learned their rituals of thought linking, their silent councils beneath the crystal caverns, and their philosophy of the continuum, the belief that all things must bend toward a singular will. They treated her as a guest of honor, a living archive of Earth. She taught them human language, human memory, human laughter, though they never truly understood the cracks and contradictions inside the human heart. Then came the revelation. On what should have been her 12th soul cycle, the elder Aristhae brought her to the observatory of Ash. From there, Mars' night sky opened like a wound, showing the blackened ruin of what had once been Earth. Her home was gone, its oceans vaporized, continents shattered, reduced to a drifting cloud of glittering stone. The elder's voice resonated inside her skull. It was necessary. The continuum could not permit resistance. Your people are no more. Alara fell to her knees, choking on the silence that followed. All those years she had dreamed of returning, of walking into her mother's kitchen again, of tasting rain on her lips. All of it had been Ash for 5 years. But then came the greater horror. Fragments began surfacing in her dreams, visions of her own face in the council caverns, standing among the Aristhae as they plotted Earth's annihilation. She remembered speaking to them not as a human but as something else, something that burned with a colder fire than theirs. Alara had always known she carried fractures in her mind, voices she quieted with work and duty. But Mars had changed her. The Aristhae could not comprehend split selves. To them, identity was unified, indivisible. They didn't see that inside Alara lived another presence, ruthless, cunning, unshackled by human morality. It had been her other self. The Aristhae had welcomed her darkness as an emissary, a human who advocated for Earth's elimination. The gentle part of Alara, who mourned and loved and hoped, had been kept dormant, while her other self whispered destruction into the alien court. Now both sides of her were awake. Mars itself mirrored the conflict within her. Above, endless storms clawed across the skies, choking light in rust. Yet below, in the caverns, luminous gardens flourished, fungal forests with tendrils that swayed like dancers, pools of liquid silver that reflected more than faces. She had walked both worlds, the barren and the beautiful, the human and the alien, and now she embodied them both. The Aristhae began to fear her. For the first time in their history, they saw a creature split in two, warring within itself, unpredictable. She was no longer their honored guest, nor their ally. She was a fracture in their continuum. Alara stood on the threshold of choice. Would she become the weapon her other self had always wanted, carrying Mars' fire across the stars to finish what she began? Or would she turn her fractured mind into humanity's last rebellion, even if humanity itself no longer remained to remember it? The silence of Mars pressed against her chest. Above, the ashes of Earth drifted like a crown of ghosts. And inside her, two voices whispered,